Hello my dear student. So today I will discuss about the third chapter of chemistry of class 10, which is metals and non-metal. So before starting this chapter, first of all we should know some terms related to this chapter. So first one is malleability. So what is the malleability? The property of a substance by which we can convert it into the sheet form is known as the malleability, and those substances is known as the malleable. For example, iron. If we beat the iron, then it gets converted into the sheet form. Now second one is ductility. The property by which substances can be converted into the wire form is known as the ductility, and the substances is known as the ductile. Next one is brittlety, brittleness. The substances by which any substances can be converted into the small pieces on hammering. So this property is known as the brittleness, and the substances is known as the brittle. Now let's start our topic. What is the metal? What is the metal? Metals are the elements that conduct heat or electricity, and it is ductile and malleable. So the substances or the element which conduct the heat or electricity, and it has the property of malleability and ductility, is known as the metals. Metals are also lustrous, hard, strong, heavy and sonorous. For example, iron, aluminium, mercury, etc. These all are the metals. Now, metals are also known as the electropositive elements because it donates the electron. That is, all the metals can donate one or more electron, so that it is known as the electropositive element. Electropositive element. Now, the most abundant metal on the earth crust is aluminium, and second one is iron. That is, most abundant metal in our earth crust is aluminium, and second one is iron. Now next one is non-metal. Non-metal. So non-metal is the substances. Non-metal is the substances that do not conduct heat or electricity, and it is not ductile and it is not malleable. That is, it do not have the property of ductility and the property of malleability, and it does not conduct heat or electricity, is known as the non-metal. For example, one more thing, non-metals are non-lustrous and non-sonorous. For example, carbon, oxygen, silicon, hydrogen, etc. These all are the examples of non-metals. Now, out of there are 22 non-metals present in our earth. So there are 22 non-metals are present, in which 10 are solids. That is, out of 22 non-metals, 10 are solids. Out of 22 non-metals, 10 are solids. 1 is liquid. one is liquid, which is bromine, and remaining 11 are gases. So in our earth there are 22 non-metals are present, in which 10 are solids, 1 are liquids, and liquid which is bromine. Bromine is the non-metal which is present in the form of liquid, and remaining 11 are in the form of gases. For example, oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, these all are the non-metal which is present in the form of gases. So one more thing, non-metals are also known as electronegative elements because it accepts the one or more electron from other element. So these all are the electronegative elements. And metals are the electropositive element because it donates the electron, one or more electron it donates. So after donating the electron, metals get converted into the plus, and after accepting the electron, non-metals get converted into the negative, that is minus form. So most abundant non-metal in the earth is oxygen, and second one is silicon. That is, in our earth the most abundant non-metal is oxygen, and second most abundant non-metal is silicon. Now come to the physical properties of metals. Physical properties of metals. So let's start the physical properties of metal. So first one is metals are malleable, that is metals can be converted into the thin sheet form after beating. So metals are malleable. Now second one is metals are ductile, that is after stretching metals can be converted into the thin wire. So this property is known as the ductility, and the substance which possess the ductility property is known as the ductile. Now third one is metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, that is metal can conduct the heat and electricity. So this is known as the third property of metal. Silver metal is the best conductor of heat, whereas lead is the poorest conductor of heat. And out of all the metals, silver metal is the best conductor of electricity, best conductor of heat, whereas silicon is the poorest conductor of heat. Silver is the best conductor of heat, whereas lead is the poor conductor of heat. Now, metals are lustrous. What is the lustrous? Next property is lustrous conductor. So next property is lustrous. What is the lustrous? Lustrous means shining. So that metals are shiny. All the metals are shiny. So this property is used in making up jewelry. Gold and silver are used in making of jewelry. So lustrous means shining of the metal. Next property, metals are generally hard except sodium and potassium, which are soft. That is, metals are generally hard except sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium are soft in nature. Next property, metals are generally strong Metals are generally strong except sodium and potassium. Now metals are solids at room temperature. For example, all the metals are solids at room temperature except mercury. Mercury is present in the form of liquid. That is, all the metal present in our earth is present in the form of solids. For example, iron, gold, aluminum, silver. These all are the solids at room temperature. Except mercury. You have already seen mercury in the thermometer. So mercury is present in the form of liquid state. This is the only metal which is present in the form of liquid. Now next, metals have a high melting point and high boiling point. That is, it melts at high temperature and it boils at high temperature. For example, melting point of iron is 1535 degrees centigrade and melting point of copper is 1083 degrees centigrade. So they have the high melting point and high boiling point. Now metals have high density except sodium and potassium. That is, the density of iron is 7.8 gram per centimeter cube. So all the metals have high density except sodium and potassium, which have low density. The density of sodium is 0.97 gram per centimeter cube and the density of potassium is 0.86 gram per centimeter cube. Now next one is, metals are sonorous. What is the property of sonorous? After touching, it gives the noise. So noise of the metal after vibrating is known as the property of sonorous. So all the metals are the sonorous because after vibrating it gives the noise. Now metals usually have a silver or grey color except copper and gold. So all the metals are generally silver and grey color except copper and gold. Gold has golden color and copper has black color. So these all are the properties of metal. Now next property, physical properties of non-metal. Physical properties of non-metal. So first property, these are non-malleable. First property is these are non-malleable. So non-metal cannot be converted into the sheet form after decay. Second property, these are non-ductile. That is, non-metals cannot be converted into the thin wire form after stretching. This is the second property. Third property, non-metals do not conduct electricity or heat. That is, we cannot conduct the heat or electricity in the non-metal. Only non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity is graphite. What is the graphite? Graphite is the allotrope of carbon which conduct the electricity. So this is only non-metal. This is only non-metal which conduct the electricity. So this is the important point. Now next one is non-metals are non-lustrous. That is, they are not shiny. One non-metal is lustrous in nature. That is iodine. So all the non-metals are non-lustrous. That is, they do not shine. Only one non-metal is iodine, which is lustrous. That is, they have lustrous appearance. So iodine is the lustrous appearance. Now non-metals are generally soft except diamond. So all the non-metals are soft except diamond. Diamond is very hard. So except diamond, all non-metals are the soft. Non-metals are not strong except diamond. Non-metals can exist in all the three physical states, which I have already told you. That is, 10 are solid in, 1 is in liquid state, that is bromine, and other 11 are present in the gaseous states. So non-metal can be exist all the three state of matter, but solid present is only solid. Metals are present and only solid or liquid. That is, liquid is mercury is present in the liquid form. So except mercury, all the metals are present in the solid state. Non-metals have low density. That is, for example, density of sulfur is 2 gram per centimeter cube. So all the non-metals have low density. Non-metals are non-sonor. That is, they do not produce sound after vibration. Non-metals have many different colors. So all the non-metals have many different colors. Now next is chemical properties of non-metal. Chemical properties of metals. So we have studied about the metal, about the non-metal, about the physical properties of metal and about the physical properties of non-metal. So after this we have to study chemical properties of metal. So first property, metals react with oxygen. Any metal react with oxygen. Metal react with oxygen to form metal oxide. Metal oxide, that is, if any metal react with oxygen, it forms the metal oxide. So, for example, if we react magnesium, this is the metal, magnesium is the metal. If we react magnesium with oxygen, it forms the magnesium oxide. Magnesium react with oxygen to form the magnesium oxide. So this is known as the first chemical property of metal. Now second, what is the second property? Second property. So, before start the second chemical property of metal, first of all we should know what is the amphoteric oxide. Those metal oxide which show base as well as acid in nature, basic as well as acidic in nature, is known as the amphoteric oxide. For example, Al2O3. So Al2O3, ammonium oxide, this show acidic behavior as well as basic behavior. So this is known as the amphoteric oxide. So before starting the second property of chemical property of metal, all the metal do not react at room temperature with oxygen. Some metals react more than room temperature. Some metal react less than room temperature, and some metal react at the room temperature with oxygen. So different metal react different room temperature, different temperature with oxygen. So this is the first property. Now second property, reaction with water. Second property is reaction of metal with oxygen with water. So metal react with water. Metal react with water. It forms the metal hydroxide. It forms the metal hydroxide plus hydrogen. So this water is in liquid form. In liquid. That is, if metal react with water, then it forms the metal hydroxide and hydrogen. And if any metal react with steam, that is, this is in the gas form of water, so it forms the metal oxide. It forms the metal oxide of plus hydrogen gas. That is, if any metal react with water, that is in liquid form of water, then it forms the metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas evolve. And if any metal react with steam, that is gas form of the water, then it forms the metal oxide and hydrogen. For example, let's take an example. That is, if sodium react with water, liquid state, then it forms the NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. 2, 2, 2. So, if sodium, this is the metal, react with water, cold water, that is liquid form. So it forms the sodium hydroxide, which is metal hydroxide, and hydrogen gas evolve. So if any metal react with water, liquid, then it forms the metal hydroxide and water. And if any metal react with steam, that is, for example, if we react magnesium plus water, steam, then it forms the magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide and hydrogen gas evolve. So, any metal react with cold water, that is liquid form of water, then it forms the metal hydroxide plus hydrogen. And any liquid react with steam, that is gaseous form of water, then it forms the magnesium oxide and hydrogen gas evolve. Now next property, reaction of metal with dilute acid. Third property. Third property is reaction of metal with dilute acid. Reaction of metals with dilute acid. That is, if any metal react with dilute acid, it forms the metal salt and hydrogen gas evolve. Metal salt plus hydrogen gas evolve. Hydrogen, that is H2. So any metal react with dilute acid to form the metal salt and hydrogen gas is evolved. For example, if we react sodium, which is a metal, with hydrochloric acid, dilute hydrochloric acid, then it forms the NaCl plus hydrogen gas evolve. So here 2, 2 and 2. This is the dilute. So if we react sodium with hydrochloric acid, then it forms the sodium chloride, which is metal salt. Sodium chloride is a salt, a metal salt, because sodium is metal, chloride is chloride form. So NaCl is a metal salt and hydrogen gas evolve. So this is the third chemical property of metal. Now come to the next topic. Now come to the next reaction. Next chemical property. Fourth chemical property. Fourth one is, if any, the more chemical reactive element, more chemical reactive metal displays the less chemical reactive metal. So before knowing this property of the metal, we should know chemical reactivity या reactivity series of the metal. So before starting this, first of all we should know what is the aqua regia. Aqua regia. What are the aqua regia? Aqua regia is a freshly prepared mixture of 1 part of concentrated nitric acid and 3 part of concentrated hydrochloric acid. That is HNO3 concentrated ratio concentrated hydrochloric acid, which is present in the 1 ratio 3 form. So if we take 1 part of nitric acid and 3 part of hydrochloric acid, if we take 1 part of concentrated HNO3 and 3 part of concentrated hydrochloric acid, so this is known as the aqua regia. Then what is the use of aqua regia? Aqua regia can dissolve all metal, even they can dissolve gold and platinum. That is, aqua regia is used to dissolve the metals. Though that is, aqua regia is used to dissolve the metal. Alone nitric acid cannot dissolve the gold, and alone concentrated HCl cannot dissolve the gold. But if we take 1 ratio 3 of concentrated nitric acid and concentrated hydrochloric acid, then this is known as the aqua regia, and it can dissolve the gold and platinum also. So aqua regia can dissolve all the metal in it. Now next is reactivity series of metals. What is the reactivity series of metals? First is potassium, second one is sodium, third one is calcium, then magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver and gold. So this is the reactivity series of metal. This is more reactive than hydrogen, and this is less reactive than hydrogen. So this is the reactivity of metals. That is, if we move from bottom to top, then reactivity of the metals get increases. So this is the reactivity series of metal. For example, potassium is more reactive than sodium. Sodium is more reactive than calcium. Calcium is more reactive than magnesium. Magnesium is more reactive than aluminium. Aluminium is more reactive than zinc. Zinc is more reactive than iron. Iron is more reactive than tin. Tin is more reactive than lead. So this is the reactivity series. If we move from bottom to top, then their reactivity gets increased. So this property is used. This property is used to chemical chemical properties of metal. If we react more metal to less metal chemical, then it displays the less reactive metal by the more reactive metal. For example, our next property, fourth property, reaction of metal with salt solution. That is, for example, if we react copper sulfate plus zinc, it forms the ZnSO4. Because here copper is the less reactive than zinc. That is, if we react copper sulfate with zinc, then zinc displays the copper because zinc is more reactive than copper, and it forms the ZnSO4 and copper. And if we react ZnSO4 with copper, so there will be no reaction. Because copper is less reactive than Zn, so it cannot display the zinc atom from the zinc sulfate. But if you react copper sulfate with zinc, then zinc can displace the copper and it forms the zinc sulfate, because zinc is more reactive than copper. Here zinc is present above the reactivity series and copper is present below to the zinc or in reactivity series. So this is the most important series of metal. This is the what you have to learn this. Now next property, reaction of metals with chlorine. Now next chemical property of metal is reaction of metals with chlorine. So reaction of metals with chlorine, that is, any metal, if any metal react with chlorine, then it forms the metal chloride. For example, if Mg, magnesium, is reacted with chlorine, it forms the MgCl2. So this is the next chemical property of metal. Now next is sixth chemical property, which is reaction of metals with hydrogen. So this is the sixth. If any metal react with hydrogen, it forms the metal hydride. So for example, if sodium react with hydrogen, it forms the NaH. Sodium is a metal, hydrogen is hydrogen, it forms the sodium hydride, which is metal hydride. So any metal react with hydrogen, it forms the sodium hydride. Now chemical properties of non-metal. Next one is chemical properties of non-metal. So first property, reaction of non-metal with oxygen. Any non-metal, if any non-metal react with oxygen, it form the acidic oxide or neutral oxide. That is acidic oxide or neutral oxide. For example, if carbon react with oxygen, it forms the carbon dioxide, which is acidic in nature. Now the second property, reaction of non-metal with water. Non-metal react with water. If any non-metal react with water, then there will be no reaction. That is, non-metals do not react with water. Now next is non-metal with dilute acid. That is, next property is non-metal, reaction of non-metal with dilute acid. So non-metal dilute acid, here there will be no reaction. That is, non-metal do not react with dilute acid also. Non-metal do not react with water and non-metal do not react with dilute acid. Now reaction of non-metal with salt solution. If any non-metal react with any salt solution, then for example NaBr react with chlorine, then it forms the NaCl plus Br2. That is more reactive. Non-metal displays the less reactive non-metal. That is, here sodium is the less reactive than chlorine. So bromine is less reactive than chlorine. So chlorine displays the bromine and it forms the NaCl and bromine, Br2. So this will be parallel. So this. Now next property is non-metal react with chlorine to form the covalent chloride which are non-electrolyte. That is, if any non-metal react with chlorine, that is Cl2, then it forms the hydrochloric acid CHL. This is the covalent compound. That is, if any non-metal react with protein, if any non-metal react with chlorine, it forms the covalent compound which is electrolyte, which is non-electrolyte. So these all are the chemical properties of non-metal. Now chemical property. That is, if any non-metal react with hydrogen, if any non-metal react with hydrogen, it forms the covalent hydride. For example, if we react sulfur with hydrogen, sulfur is a non-metal, so it forms the hydride, that is H2S. So this is the hydrogen sulfide. So any non-metal react with hydrogen, it forms the hydride of that non-metal. So these are the properties of non-metal. Now what is the uses of metal? Copper, and our next topic is uses of metal. Uses of metal. First use. Copper and aluminum metal are used to make wires. Copper and aluminum are make wire for electric current. Iron, copper and are used to make household utensil. For example, cooker. For example, jug. All are made up of iron or aluminum. Iron is used as a catalyst in the preparation of ammonium gas by Haber's process. Zinc is used for galvanizing iron to protect it from rusting. Chromium and nickel are used for electroplating and in the manufacture of stainless steel. Aluminium foil are used in packaging of medicine, cigarettes and food material. Silver and gold are used to make jewelry as well as in decoration of food. Now, what is the usage of non-metal? Hydrogen is used in the hydrogenation of vegetable oil to make vegetable ghee. So, hydrogen is used to make the vegetable ghee from the vegetable oil. Liquid hydrogen is used as a rocket fuel. In the rocket fuel, there is a liquid hydrogen present. Carbon in the form of graphite is used as electrodes. Nitrogen is used in the manufacturing of ammonia, nitric acid and fertilizer. So these all are the uses of non-metal. So this is the first part of this chapter, that is metals and non-metal. And in the next chapter, in the next video, I will discuss about the second part of this